Silence is your greatest ally. In a world that often demands loud responses and constant interaction, choosing silence is a profound act of self-protection. When you choose to stay silent, you are not giving away your power. Instead, you are conserving it. There are moments in life when words are not necessary, where your energy deserves preservation. Silence is a shield that keeps you from becoming entangled in unnecessary conflicts, judgments, or opinions. Silence is a powerful shield in our lives, often underestimated in its capacity to protect, nurture, and empower. When we think of protection, we may envision walls, barriers, or defenses that keep us safe from harm. But silence can serve the same purpose, though in a much more subtle and profound way. It allows us to guard our emotional and mental space, preserving our energy and ensuring that we are not drained by external forces. In many situations, silence is the most effective response. When faced with conflict, criticism, or negativity, the natural tendency is often to react, to defend ourselves, or to explain our point of view. Yet, by choosing silence, we shift the dynamics of the situation. Silence disarms those who seek to provoke or challenge us. It creates a boundary, an invisible shield that protects us from becoming entangled in arguments or misunderstandings. Rather than being drawn into a situation that could escalate, we maintain control over our reactions, keeping our peace intact. By staying silent, we also avoid contributing to unnecessary drama or conflict. Words once spoken cannot be taken back. They have the power to inflame a situation or to soothe it, depending on how they are used. But when we remain silent, we give ourselves the opportunity to pause and reflect. We create space for clarity and understanding, which can prevent us from saying something we might later regret. Silence is a tool that allows us to respond wisely rather than react impulsively. Furthermore, silence shields us from the judgment and opinions of others. In a world where everyone seems eager to voice their thoughts, remaining silent can feel counterintuitive. But by choosing not to speak, we create a buffer between ourselves and the noise of the world. We protect our inner world from the barrage of external opinions, criticisms, and expectations that can easily overwhelm us. Silence gives us the strength to stand firm in our truth without feeling the need to justify or explain ourselves to others. Silence is not about weakness or avoidance. It is about choosing to preserve your energy for what truly matters. When you refrain from engaging in unnecessary conversations, conflicts, or debates, you conserve your mental and emotional resources. You protect your well-being by not allowing yourself to be drained by situations that do not serve your growth. Silence enables you to remain centered, grounded, and focused on your own path, rather than getting distracted by the noise around you. In addition, silence gives us the gift of observation. When we choose not to speak, we become more attuned to what is happening around us. We listen more deeply, not just to others, but also to our own inner voice. In silence, we can observe patterns of behavior both in ourselves and in others. We gain insights that would have been lost if we had been too focused on speaking. This heightened awareness allows us to make better decisions as we are able to discern the truth of a situation more clearly. Silence also protects us from unnecessary exposure. Not every thought, feeling, or plan needs to be shared. By keeping certain aspects of our lives private, we protect ourselves from external interference. We give ourselves the space to grow and evolve without the scrutiny of others. Silence becomes a sanctuary where we can nurture our dreams and aspirations in their early stages, free from the influence or judgment of the outside world. Moreover, silence fosters resilience. When we practice silence, we strengthen our ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. It takes discipline to stay quiet when provoked, and it takes courage to choose silence over the need for validation. But in doing so, we develop an inner strength that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. We learn to trust ourselves and to rely on our own inner wisdom rather than seeking approval or answers from others. In conclusion, silence is a shield that protects us on multiple levels. It guards our emotional and mental well-being, preserves our energy, and allows us to navigate the world with clarity and wisdom. It is not a passive act, but a powerful choice that empowers us to stay true to ourselves. By embracing silence, we create a space of peace and protection, where we can grow, heal, and thrive without the distractions or negativity of the outside world. Inner reflection is a vital practice that allows us to connect with our true selves, fostering clarity, self-awareness, and personal growth. In a fast-paced world where external distractions are constant, taking the time to pause and reflect inward can feel like a luxury. Yet it is in these moments of quiet introspection that we gain valuable insights into our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By turning inward, we create a space for deep understanding, healing, and transformation. When we engage in inner reflection, we step away from the noise of the outside world and give ourselves permission to explore what is happening within. It is a process of self-examination, where we ask ourselves meaningful questions and listen carefully to the answers that arise. This practice helps us uncover patterns in our thinking and behavior that we may not be fully conscious of. It reveals the motivations behind our actions and allows us to identify areas where we may be stuck or in need of change. One of the most significant benefits of inner reflection is the clarity it brings. Often our minds are clouded by external influences, what others expect of us, societal pressures, or the constant stream of information that bombards us daily. By taking the time to reflect, we can clear away the clutter and focus on what truly matters to us. We gain perspective on our lives, our goals, and our values, allowing us to make decisions that are aligned with our authentic selves. Inner reflection also helps us to understand our emotions on a deeper level. Emotions can be complex and sometimes overwhelming, but when we take the time to sit with them in silence, we can begin to untangle them. We may discover that certain emotions, such as anger or sadness, are masking deeper feelings of fear or insecurity. By bringing these emotions to the surface and acknowledging them, we can start to heal and release the emotional baggage that may be holding us back. This process of reflection is not always easy. It requires honesty and vulnerability, as we confront parts of ourselves that we may prefer to ignore. However, it is through this very act of self-honesty that we experience growth. Inner reflection allows us to see ourselves more clearly without judgment. We become aware of our strengths, our limitations, and the areas where we need to develop. This awareness is the first step toward making meaningful changes in our lives. Another important aspect of inner reflection is its ability to cultivate self-compassion. When we take the time to reflect, we are not only looking at our actions and decisions, but also at the underlying reasons behind them. We begin to see that many of our choices are shaped by past experiences, conditioning, and sometimes even pain. This understanding allows us to approach ourselves with kindness and forgiveness rather than criticism. We learn to treat ourselves with the same compassion we would offer to a friend who is struggling. In addition to personal growth, inner reflection can also enhance our relationships with others. When we understand ourselves better, we are better equipped to understand the people around us. We become more empathetic, recognizing that others too are navigating their own inner worlds of thoughts and emotions. This deepened empathy allows us to connect with others on a more authentic level, fostering stronger and more meaningful relationships. Inner reflection also helps us stay grounded in times of uncertainty. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and it is easy to feel lost or overwhelmed when things do not go as planned. However, when we have cultivated the habit of reflection, we have a tool to help us navigate these difficulties. We can turn inward to assess the situation, examine our feelings, and determine the best course of action. Reflection helps us stay connected to our inner compass, guiding us through life's twists and turns with a sense of purpose and direction. Furthermore, inner reflection encourages us to live more mindfully. It allows us to slow down and be present with ourselves rather than constantly rushing from one task to the next. In this space of reflection, we become more attuned to the present moment and to the choices we are making. We realize that every decision, no matter how small, has an impact on our lives and on the lives of those around us. This awareness encourages us to act with intention and to make choices that are aligned with our highest good. Ultimately, inner reflection is a practice of self-empowerment. It gives us the tools to take control of our lives by understanding ourselves on a deeper level. It fosters self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and personal growth, allowing us to become the best versions of ourselves. Through reflection, we discover that the answers we seek are often already within us, waiting to be uncovered. By making time for this important practice, we unlock our true potential and create a life that is more authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling. In conclusion, inner reflection is a powerful tool for personal transformation. It offers clarity, self-compassion, and emotional healing while helping us stay grounded and mindful. Through this practice, we can navigate life with greater purpose, understanding, and resilience. It is a journey inward that leads to profound growth and empowerment. Preserving peace in your life is an essential practice for maintaining emotional balance, mental clarity, and overall well-being. In today's fast-paced world, we are often exposed to stress, conflict, and the demands of daily life, making it easy for our inner peace to be disturbed. However, preserving peace is not just about avoiding external conflict or maintaining calm in the face of challenges. It's about cultivating an internal state of harmony that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. One of the key elements of preserving peace is learning to let go of control over external circumstances. There will always be situations and people that test our patience or cause us frustration, but we cannot control everything that happens around us. What we can control, however, is our response to these situations. By consciously choosing not to react impulsively or with negativity, we maintain our inner peace. This means recognizing when a situation is out of our hands and deciding not to allow it to disrupt our emotional state. In this way, we protect ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. Another important aspect of preserving peace is setting boundaries, whether in relationships, work, or personal commitments. Knowing your limits and being able to say no is crucial. Often we take on too much responsibility or agree to things that drain our energy, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and scattered. By setting clear boundaries and prioritizing our well-being, we create a protective space where peace can flourish. This doesn't mean shutting people out or being inflexible. Rather, it's about understanding what serves your peace and what detracts from it. Protecting your peace might involve declining invitations that don't align with your values, limiting time spent with negative individuals, or simply carving out time for yourself. Maintaining inner peace also requires self-awareness and mindfulness. Many of the disruptions to our peace come from within our thoughts, worries, and fears. Often it's not the external event that disturbs us, but our internal dialogue about it. We may find ourselves ruminating over a past mistake, worrying about the future, or replaying a negative interaction with someone. These thoughts create inner turmoil, making it difficult to stay peaceful. Through mindfulness and self-awareness, we can observe these thoughts without becoming entangled in them. By practicing meditation or mindful breathing, we train ourselves to return to the present moment and release the mental chatter that disturbs our peace. A critical component of preserving peace is choosing to let go of the need to be right. Many conflicts arise because we feel the need to defend our perspective or prove our point of view. However, in the grand scheme of things, being right is often less important than maintaining our peace. Letting go of the desire to win an argument or to change someone's opinion frees us from unnecessary tension. It doesn't mean that we don't stand up for ourselves or our beliefs, but rather that we recognize when engaging in a conflict will cost us our peace. In these moments, it's often wiser to step back and prioritize harmony over proving a point. Another way to preserve peace is through forgiveness, both for others and ourselves. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or anger disrupts our inner calm and keeps us trapped in negative emotions. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about freeing ourselves from the emotional weight of past hurts. When we forgive, we release the pain and allow peace to fill the space once occupied by bitterness. This applies not only to forgiving others, but also to forgiving ourselves for mistakes or regrets we carry. In doing so, we create an environment of compassion and understanding, which is essential for lasting peace. A powerful tool for preserving peace is gratitude. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from what's wrong or missing in our lives. Gratitude helps us appreciate the present moment and fosters a sense of contentment. This feeling of contentment is closely tied to inner peace, because it reminds us that even in difficult times, there is always something positive to focus on. Keeping a gratitude journal or simply pausing throughout the day to acknowledge the good in your life can be a transformative practice for maintaining peace. Lastly, preserving peace involves nurturing yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. When we neglect self-care, our ability to stay balanced and peaceful diminishes. Ensuring that you are getting enough rest, eating nourishing foods, and engaging in activities that bring you joy is essential. Additionally, connecting with your spiritual side, whether through prayer, meditation, nature walks, or other practices, helps you stay grounded and centered. When you take care of your body, mind, and spirit, you create an environment where peace can thrive. In conclusion, preserving peace is a practice that requires conscious effort and attention. It involves letting go of control, setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, and prioritizing harmony over conflict. By forgiving others and ourselves, cultivating gratitude, and nurturing our well-being, we create a peaceful inner world that is resilient to external disturbances. Peace is not something that just happens, it's something we actively choose and cultivate every day. Empowerment through stillness is a profound concept that speaks to the power of quiet reflection, presence, and inner calm. In a world that often emphasizes constant action, achievement, and movement, stillness may seem counterintuitive to the idea of empowerment. Yet it is in moments of stillness that we can tap into a deeper sense of strength, clarity, and purpose. This stillness is not about inaction, but about intentional pause, where we can reconnect with our true selves and realign with what truly matters. Stillness provides the space for reflection, allowing us to step back from the noise and busyness of daily life. When we are constantly on the go, we rarely have time to assess where we are or what we are doing. We may be caught up in routines, responsibilities, or pressures from others, which can leave us feeling disconnected from our own desires and values. Through stillness, we create a pause, a moment to ask ourselves important questions. What do I truly want? What is my next step? Where am I placing my energy? These questions are essential for personal empowerment because they help us regain control of our lives, decisions, and direction. Moreover, stillness allows us to connect with our intuition. When our minds are cluttered with distractions and external demands, it's easy to lose touch with our inner voice. Intuition is often drowned out by the constant stream of thoughts, opinions, and external noise. But when we cultivate stillness, we create the conditions for our intuition to surface. In those quiet moments, we can hear the whispers of our inner guidance, leading us toward choices that are aligned with our true path. Empowerment comes from trusting this voice and following it even when the world around us suggests otherwise. Stillness also fosters self-awareness, a critical component of personal empowerment. In the quiet, we can observe our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. We can notice patterns in our thinking or actions that may be holding us back. For instance, we may realize that we've been driven by fear, self-doubt, or the need for approval from others. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can begin to shift them. Stillness creates the space for this awareness, allowing us to see ourselves more clearly and make conscious choices about how we want to move forward. With this self-awareness, we can let go of limiting beliefs and step into our full power. In addition, stillness helps us cultivate resilience. Life is filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments of chaos. When we face difficulties, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed or powerless. However, when we practice stillness, we learn how to remain grounded in the face of these challenges. Stillness teaches us to pause and take a step back, rather than reacting impulsively to what's happening around us. This pause gives us the opportunity to respond from a place of calm and clarity, rather than being swept away by the storm. Empowerment comes from this ability to remain centered and composed, even when life feels unpredictable. Furthermore, stillness enhances our capacity for mindfulness and presence. When we are still, we become fully present in the moment. We are not rushing to the next task or distracted by what's happening tomorrow. In stillness, we can appreciate the here and now, which brings a sense of peace and fulfillment. Empowerment comes from being fully engaged with life, from recognizing that the present moment is where our power lies. It is in the present that we make decisions, take actions, and create our future. Stillness helps us embrace this moment fully without being pulled into the past or future. Another important aspect of empowerment through stillness is the recognition of our inherent worth. When we are constantly doing, striving, and achieving, we may start to equate our value with our productivity. We may believe that we are only worthy if we are constantly busy or accomplishing things. However, stillness reminds us that our worth is not dependent on external achievements. In stillness, we realize that we are valuable simply because we exist. This realization is incredibly empowering because it frees us from the need to prove ourselves or seek validation from others. We are enough as we are, and stillness allows us to internalize this truth. Finally, stillness nurtures inner peace, which is the foundation of true empowerment. When we are at peace with ourselves, we are less affected by external circumstances or the opinions of others. We are not easily swayed by fear, doubt, or insecurity. Instead, we stand firmly in our own truth, grounded in a sense of calm and confidence. This inner peace allows us to move through life with grace and resilience, knowing that we have the strength to face whatever comes our way. In conclusion, stillness is a powerful pathway to empowerment. It provides the space for reflection, intuition, self-awareness, and resilience. Through stillness, we connect with our inner wisdom, embrace the present moment, and recognize our inherent worth. It is in this quiet space that we discover our true power and learn how to move through life with clarity, purpose, and peace. Empowerment through stillness is not about doing more, but about being more connected to ourselves and the world around us. Guarding your thoughts is a crucial practice for maintaining mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall well-being. Our thoughts have immense power. They shape our perceptions, influence our actions, and ultimately determine the direction of our lives. By being mindful of what we allow into our minds, we protect our mental space from negativity, fear, and doubt. In a world filled with distractions, external pressures, and sometimes overwhelming stimuli, learning to guard our thoughts is an essential step toward living a more empowered and peaceful life. The first step in guarding your thoughts is understanding the impact they have on your reality. Thoughts are not just fleeting ideas that pass through your mind. They create your beliefs, affect your emotions, and influence your behavior. When we consistently entertain negative, limiting, or fearful thoughts, we are more likely to experience stress, anxiety, and a sense of powerlessness. On the other hand, when we consciously choose positive, empowering, and constructive thoughts, we cultivate an inner environment of confidence, peace, and possibility. This is why it is so important to be selective about the thoughts we nurture. Being aware of your mental landscape requires self-awareness. Throughout the day, we are constantly bombarded by external influences, whether it's the media, the opinions of others, or our own conditioned beliefs. These influences can easily slip into our minds and shape the way we think and feel, often without us even realizing it. Guarding your thoughts means taking the time to pause and reflect on what's entering your mind. Are these thoughts supportive of your well-being and growth, or are they causing stress and self-doubt? By becoming more aware of your thoughts, you take the first step toward reclaiming control over them. One way to guard your thoughts is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts without becoming attached to them. It helps you develop a non-judgmental awareness of the mental patterns that arise throughout your day. Instead of getting caught up in negative or repetitive thinking, mindfulness teaches you to acknowledge your thoughts and let them pass. This practice is incredibly valuable because it prevents you from spiraling into unhelpful mental states. Instead, you remain grounded in the present moment, choosing which thoughts to engage with and which to release. Another important aspect of guarding your thoughts is recognizing the influence of the external environment. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the conversations you engage in all have an impact on your mental state. Surrounding yourself with negativity, criticism, or fear-based narratives can easily seep into your thinking and affect your mood. To guard your thoughts, it's essential to be mindful of the environments you expose yourself to. This may mean setting boundaries with people who bring negativity into your life, limiting exposure to fear-driven news, or curating a positive and supportive social circle. By creating a nurturing environment, you shield your mind from harmful influences and maintain a space for positive thoughts to flourish. In addition to external influences, it's also important to examine the internal dialogue you have with yourself. Self-talk, the way we speak to ourselves in our minds, plays a significant role in shaping our self-esteem and confidence. Many people engage in negative self-talk, criticizing themselves for mistakes, doubting their abilities, or focusing on their perceived shortcomings. This internal dialogue can be incredibly damaging over time, leading to feelings of inadequacy and limiting your potential. To guard your thoughts, it's crucial to transform your self-talk into something positive and affirming. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, consciously replace it with empowering statements. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," shift to, "I am capable and I am learning." This simple change in language can have a profound impact on your mental state and overall outlook on life. Guarding your thoughts also involves practicing gratitude. When we focus on what we lack, we invite feelings of dissatisfaction and scarcity into our minds. However, when we actively practice gratitude, we shift our attention to the abundance that already exists in our lives. Gratitude is a powerful tool for cultivating positive thoughts and a sense of contentment. By regularly reflecting on the things you are grateful for, you train your mind to seek out the good in your life rather than dwelling on the negative. This shift in perspective is essential for guarding your thoughts against negativity and fostering a more positive and empowered mindset. Lastly, guarding your thoughts requires persistence and commitment. Our minds are incredibly powerful, but they can also be susceptible to falling into old patterns or negative loops. Like any practice, guarding your thoughts takes time and effort. It's important to remember that you won't always be perfect in this process, and that's okay. The key is to stay consistent and gentle with yourself. When you notice negative thoughts creeping in, don't criticize yourself for it. Simply acknowledge them and make a conscious choice to shift your focus. Over time, this practice becomes more natural, and you'll find that you are better able to maintain a positive and empowered mindset. In conclusion, guarding your thoughts is a vital practice for creating a life of mental clarity, emotional stability, and personal empowerment. By becoming aware of your thoughts, practicing mindfulness, cultivating a positive environment, transforming your self-talk, and embracing gratitude, you take control of your mental landscape. This conscious effort to guard your thoughts leads to greater peace, confidence, and overall well-being, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Silence, often overlooked in the noise and busyness of modern life, holds a profound capacity for healing. In a world that is constantly demanding more of our time, energy, and attention, silence can serve as a much-needed sanctuary. It offers a space where we can step away from the chaos and reconnect with our inner selves. While many may associate healing with action, movement, or external intervention, silence provides a unique form of healing that comes from within. It is in the quiet moments that we can reflect, process, and allow our minds, bodies, and souls to restore themselves. One of the most powerful aspects of silence is its ability to calm the nervous system. Our bodies are often in a state of heightened alertness, responding to the constant stimuli around us: phones ringing, notifications buzzing, conversations, and the general hustle of everyday life. This overstimulation can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and feelings of overwhelm. However, when we invite silence into our lives, we give our nervous system a break. The absence of noise and external demands allows the body to shift from a state of stress into one of relaxation. This deep relaxation helps to lower blood pressure, reduce cortisol levels, and promote overall physical health. In this way, silence acts as a healing balm for the body, offering it the chance to rest and recuperate. Silence also provides an opportunity for mental and emotional healing. Our minds are constantly processing information, often working in overdrive to make sense of the world around us. With so much input, it can be difficult to truly listen to our own thoughts, feelings, and needs. We may find ourselves reacting to external situations without fully understanding how we feel or what we truly want. By embracing silence, we create a space for inner reflection. In these moments of quiet, we can sift through the mental clutter and focus on what is most important. We can observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing ourselves to gain clarity and insight. This process of introspection is essential for emotional healing, as it helps us to release pent-up emotions, identify unhealed wounds, and nurture a deeper understanding of ourselves. Moreover, silence allows us to tap into our innate wisdom. Often, when faced with challenges or difficult decisions, we seek answers outside of ourselves, turning to others for advice, looking for quick fixes, or getting caught up in the noise of external opinions. Yet, within each of us lies a wellspring of wisdom, intuition, and inner knowing. Silence offers a pathway to access this inner guidance. When we quiet the external distractions, we create the conditions for our inner voice to emerge. This voice, often drowned out by the constant chatter of the outside world, has the power to guide us toward healing and growth. By trusting this inner wisdom, we can make choices that are aligned with our true needs and desires, fostering a sense of empowerment and self-healing. In addition to emotional and mental healing, silence nurtures spiritual growth. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of silence as a means of connecting with something greater than ourselves, whether it's a higher power, the universe, or our own inner divinity. In silence, we create space for this deeper connection. It is in the stillness that we can feel a sense of unity with all that exists. And in doing so, we experience a sense of peace and oneness. This spiritual connection fosters healing on a soul level, as it reminds us that we are not alone and that there is a greater purpose to our lives. The healing that comes from silence in this sense is both profound and transformative. Silence also offers a way to heal our relationships with others. In our fast-paced lives, communication often becomes rushed, superficial, or transactional. We may find ourselves talking over others, reacting impulsively, or failing to truly listen. Silence teaches us the value of deep listening, not only to others but also to ourselves. By cultivating the practice of silence, we become more present in our interactions with others. We can listen with more empathy and understanding without the need to constantly fill the space with words. This creates a deeper connection and fosters healthier, more meaningful relationships. In this way, silence heals not only the individual but also the bonds we share with those around us. Lastly, silence provides a space for creativity and inspiration to flourish. When we allow ourselves to be still and quiet, we open the door to new ideas, insights, and perspectives. Creativity often emerges from moments of stillness, when the mind is free from distractions and able to wander into new territories. Whether we are solving a problem, pursuing a passion, or seeking inspiration, silence gives us the mental clarity and focus needed to tap into our creative potential. This, too, is a form of healing, as creativity allows us to express ourselves, find solutions, and bring more joy and fulfillment into our lives. In conclusion, silence is a powerful tool for healing in all aspects of life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and creative. By embracing stillness, we create the space needed for reflection, inner wisdom, and restoration. In a noisy world, the gift of silence allows us to heal from within, nurturing a deeper sense of peace, clarity, and connection. Through silence, we can return to ourselves, find balance, and experience the profound healing that comes from simply being present with what is.